It all seemed a bit pathetic. The smoking, among other things, was corroding Casey's sense of being an honest person. She prided herself on being forthright, though she often dodged her parents. Her biggest secret was Jay Curry, her white American boyfriend. On the previous Sunday night, after having some very nice sex, Jay had suggested, his elbow crooked over his pillow and head cradled in his hand, "Move in with me. Consider this, Miss Hahn, sexual congress on tap." Her parents also had no idea that she wasn't a virgin and that she'd been on the pill since she was 15. Being at home made Casey anxious, and she continually felt like patting down her pockets for matches. Consequently, Casey found herself missing Princeton, even the starchy meals at Charter, her eating club. But nostalgia would do her no good. Casey needed a plan to escape Elmhurst. Last spring, against Jay's advice, Casey had applied to only one investment banking program. She learned, after all the sign-up sheets were filled, that Kern Davis was the bank that every econ major wanted in 1993. Yet she reasoned that her grades were superior to Jay's, and she could sell anything. At the Kern Davis interview, Casey greeted the pair of female interviewers wearing a yellow silk suit and cracked a Nancy Reagan joke, thinking it might make a feminist connection. The two women were wearing navy and charcoal wool, and they let Casey hang herself in 15 minutes flat. Showing her out, they waved, not bothering to shake her hand. There was always law school. She'd managed to get into Columbia, but her friends' fathers were beleaguered lawyers, their lives unappealing. Casey's lawyer customers at Sabine's, the department store where she'd worked weekends during the school year, advised her, "For money, go to B school. To save lives, med." The unholy trinity of law, business, and medicine seemed the only faith in town. It was arrogant, perhaps rash, for an immigrant girl from the boroughs to want to choose her own trade. Nevertheless, Casey wasn't ready to relinquish her dream, however vague, for a secure profession. Without telling her father, she wrote Columbia to defer a year. Her mother was singing a hymn in her remarkable voice while she ladled scallion sauce over the roasted porgy. Leah's voice trilled at the close of the verse. "Waking or sleeping, thy presence my light." Then with a quiet inhale she began, "Be thou my wisdom, and thou my true word." She'd left the store early that morning to shop and to cook her daughter's favorite dishes. Tina, her baby, had returned on Thursday night, and now both her girls were finally home. Her heart felt full, and she prayed for Joseph to be in a good mood. She eyeballed the whiskey level in the jug-sized bottle of Dewar's. It had not shifted much from the night before. In their 22 years of marriage, Leah had discovered that it was better when Joseph had a glass or two with his dinner than none. Her husband wasn't a drunk, the sort who went to bars, fooled around, or lost his salary envelope. He was a hard worker, but without his whiskey, Joseph couldn't fall asleep. One of her sisters-in-law had told her how to keep a man content. Never deny a man his bop, sex, and sleep. Leah carried the fish to the table, wearing a blue apron over her plum-colored house dress. At the sight of Casey pouring her second glass of water, Leah clamped down her lips, giving her soft, oval face a severe appearance. Mr. Jun, the ancient choir director, had pointed out this anxiety tic to her prior to her solos, shouting, "Show us your joy, you are singing to God." Tina, of course, the one who noticed everything, thought Casey was just asking for it. Her own mind had been filled with the pleasant thoughts of her boyfriend Chull, who she'd promised to phone that night, but even so, she could feel Casey's restlessness. Maybe her sister would consider how much trouble their mother had gone through to make dinner. It was the water drinking, this seemingly innocent thing. For always Joseph believed that the girls should eat heartily at the table, grateful for the food and for the care given to it. But Casey habitually picked at her dinner, and he blamed Casey's not eating on her excessive water consumption. Casey denied this accusation, but her father was on the mark. Back in junior high school, Casey had read in a fashion magazine that if you drink 3 glasses of water before a meal, you'd eat less. It took great effort on Casey's part to wear a size 6 or smaller. After all, she was a girl with a large frame. Her weight also shifted by 5 pounds, depending on how much she smoked. Her mother was thin from perpetual activity, and her younger sister, who was short like her father, had a normal build, and Tina disapproved of dieting. A brilliant student of both physics and philosophy.